everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria and today I'm going to be sharing with you all my planner slash journal ecosystem. It has been quite a while since I have last posted a video to my YouTube channel. Years, in fact. Despite that time though, I have not actually stopped using my planners. I always use my planners and notebooks. I have always used them through the years. I just stopped sharing them on social media for no particular reason other than the fact that, you know, life and work and all those things kind of get in the way sometimes. But anyway, so I want to share with you all today my notebooks just because I love them so much. And I know it looks like this is kind of a wild stack of notebooks. But you know, I don't reach for these, every single one of these every day. Some of them I reach for, you know, once a month, some maybe even once every few months. So I'm going to start though with the planner that I use every day. This is my everyday planner. In here I have housed my B6 Sterling Ink Compact Full Year Common Planner. This is my first year using the Sterling Ink Planner. In the past I have used the Hobonichi Weeks. That's been a go-to favorite of mine for many years now. But this year I decided to switch it up and try the Sterling Ink just because I wanted a little bit more room. So as you can see, I went with the horizontal layout. So it's the exact same layout as a Hobonichi Weeks. It's just more space for writing and decorating. In the front here, I have this really cute little planner that I picked up at Daiso. When I purchased this, I didn't have a plan for it. I just thought it was really cute, so I bought it. And what I have decided to use it for is for daily journaling. So as you can see here, this is a week per page planner. And so every day, or as often as I'd like, I go in and I just do a little morning journaling, which has been great. It's low pressure and it's just a nice way to start my day. I won't be sharing too much because of course it is personal, but in the front here, I have used this layout for mood tracking. And then the plan had been to do a doodle a day in the monthly layout, but that has not been that successful. But like I said, I don't put a ton of pressure on myself to write in this book. It's just for fun. I don't use any stickers or anything on it. I am not precious with this little purple notebook at all. It's just a nice little outlet and I love the way it fits in this cover. This cover, by the way, is a Foxy Fix cover. If you've been around the planner community for a while, you probably remember Foxy Fix. They were this wonderful TN company, Traveler's Notebook company that they shut down around COVID, unfortunately, but I have hung on to a lot of my covers from them because they're just beautiful. Next up, I have this little A6 Hobonichi notebook. Outside of my main planner, this is probably the notebook I reach for the most. I can almost say that I reach for it every day. Almost every day I reach for this notebook. And this is my fiction notebook. So I have aspirations of one day writing a novel, and I am not writing that novel currently, but I'm writing some other fiction, and I am doing that in this notebook. Not completely, obviously, a lot of that happens on my laptop, but this is just a little notebook that I carry around with me. I can't carry my laptop around with me everywhere, and I'm not great at writing in my phone. So this has been a great alternative. I always have this with me in my bag, and anytime I have any ideas for my fiction, I write it in here. Once again, I won't be sharing too much of this, but it is messy. I cross things out, I scribble, I just write down whatever ideas I have in my head at the time. There's no organization or order to this notebook at all. It is just for writing my fiction, and I have really enjoyed using this little notebook for that. As you can see, I'm not precious with it. It doesn't have a cover. It's a little beat up, but this is probably one of my favorite notebooks in my system at the moment. I love it so much. I've probably used maybe 3 little notebooks of this size at this point, and I think I started using it towards the end of last year. It's a great tool to just unplug and write. I love it. Next up, I have another B6 journal housed in this lovely lavender Foxy Fix cover. This is my B6 Stalogy, and this is my journal in the most traditional sense of the word. This is where I write down, you know, my most private thoughts. whether they be good or bad. And so once again, I won't be sharing too much of it, but I do kind of decorate this a little bit. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the moment. I have been using this Stalogy for a number of years. I think I can at least share the front page. I think this was in 2018. So it kind of started as like I'm going to review K-dramas, and it very quickly morphed into just a journal. So this has been with me when I was living in Korea. It's been with me through COVID. It's been with me through a lot. So I'm still using it. I don't reach for it every day, just kind of when the mood hits. As you can see, I'm probably about 50%, a little more than 50% done with this notebook, but it is something that I reach for on a regular basis, but not every day. This notebook is my junk journal. So this is one of the Loithram 1917 notebooks. I love this fun yellow color, and I love these stickers that I put on the outside here. This journal I started, I think, towards the middle of last year, so I haven't been using it for that long, and it's certainly not something I reach for every day. I kind of collect all my little tidbits and I put them in here. I'm not precious with this. I just glue things in. I do use some stickers and washi tape every once in a while, but for the most part, I am just gluing my little tidbits that I have collected in this notebook. So for instance, I recently visited London for the first time, and so I have a few pages of just like the little bags and some of the chips. I bought a Labubu in London, some of the pamphlets from Kensington Palace, and all kinds of fun stuff that I've just collected in here. I probably have at least like 2 more pages of London stuff that I need to put in here. I have a lot of fun with this. As you can probably tell, it went from Christmas to February. I don't reach for it every day when the mood strikes. I do a little tiny bit of journaling in here, but nothing to, just kind of a recap of the events I will put in here every now and then. But I really enjoy this notebook, and I hope that it gets nice and chunky when I'm done with it. Next up, we have the latest addition to my system, and it is my Commonplace journal. I had been fighting this for a little while. I had told myself I did not need a Commonplace journal, but I'm not really sure what prompted it. But last weekend, I decided I did need a Commonplace journal, so I started one. This is an A6 Stalogy, the half-year edition. I have it in one of these little Midori clear covers here with lots of fun little stickers on the front. Like I said, I just started this, so there's not a whole lot in here yet. This is my key. And what I am using this for is basic Commonplace journal things. So I have some vocabulary, a lot of stuff on kind of writing fiction, because that's been a big thing on my mind recently. Some vocabulary, some notes from a podcast that I was listening to, some quotes from books. So let's look at this key here. So my goal is to kind of do ideas, brainstorms, quotes, copy text, research, knowledge, vocabulary, and reviews and reflections. And I'm leaving this open if I want to add anything else to it. So currently I'm reading this book called Writing as a Way of Life by Brian Morton, and I've just been writing down a lot of text from that book because I think this guy has just some wonderful little pearls of wisdom, and I want to make sure I hang on to that. So far I'm enjoying this. We'll see how this goes, but I think it's really cute. I did put it in a cover because I want to keep it more protected and hopefully archive it at some point. Next up, I have my sketchbooks. These are 2 sketchbooks that I have had for years. They're both moleskin. These are really nice sketchbooks, and I have had a hiccup for a long time with these, in that I feel like if I'm going to draw anything in them, it has to be this like perfect masterpiece, and that's just not realistic. So lately I've been trying to allow myself to just draw whatever I want, whether it be good or bad. I've also been doing a lot of trying to recreate other artists' work. So like this is Cheyenne Barton, and this is just for me, so I'm not creating products or anything out of this. I'm just practicing and trying to allow myself to enjoy drawing in my sketchbook and not take it too seriously. I'm not a great artist. I do own a sticker shop, but I don't consider myself an artist. But I want to just feel a little bit more comfortable with drawing, especially with traditional art once again. So I'm hoping to reach for these more often than I currently do, because I have a lot of fun with them when I do. Next book I have is another art book. This is my mixed media artist loft book from Michaels. This is, not an expensive notebook at all. And this is my painting notebook. So when I was much younger, like in my 20s, I painted on canvas, and I'm really proud of the paintings that I did all those years ago. But for whatever reason, once again, life, I just stopped, and I haven't painted kind of with traditional media on paper, on canvas for many years, and I'm just trying to get comfortable with it again. So that's what this is. And instead of trying to paint on a huge canvas, I'm just trying to paint in this notebook. And so I have been painting a lot of like landscapes, and I've been working with gouache, which has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed playing with gouache. There's not a lot in here. I just started it, but I really love this notebook, and I hope that I can continue because I've been having a lot of fun with this. All right, the next book I have here is my I'm Booked All Weekend Book Lovers Journal. This is a book that I happened upon at Marshall's one day. I had no intention of starting a book journal, but I found this journal at Michael's and I thought it was really cute, so I bought it. I just started this year, and I haven't read a ton this year. I usually, on average, read about 50 books a year, and at this point, I'll be lucky if I read half of that this year. I don't know, I've just had a hard time concentrating on books this year. But this is what this notebook looks like. It's pretty basic. It's book title, you rate it, how long did it take you to read it, quotes, and highlights from the book. So I have a few entries in here. Like I said, I haven't read too many books. But the first book in here is Heated Rivalry, because I did read that. When did I read that? In March. And it was great. I loved it. And then the show is also great. So I don't know that I'm going to review every single book in here, just the books that I guess I have strong feelings about, whether they be good or bad, I will review in here. But this has kind of been a nice way to kind of sit and reflect on a book after I finish it. The last notebook that I have here to share with you guys is kind of a cheat because I'm not actively using this notebook at the moment, but I really love it and I want to share it with you. So this is my passport size traveler's notebook from Traveler's Company. This notebook I purchased last year and I was using towards the end of last year, and it was really encompassing a lot of what these other books are doing here. But I found that I was just repeating a lot of information in here, so I fell out of the habit of using it. But I will show you my setup in hopes that maybe I can find a way to use it again, because I do really love this little notebook. In here I have this little passport size dashboard that I made using laminating pockets. In the front I have a picture of Nicola Coughlin here. She's my current like hyperfixation. Like if you've been around my channel or Instagram page for a while, you know I have a tendency to hyperfixate on things, whether it's a TV show or music or whatever, and my current hyperfixation is Nicola. I think she's fantastic. So I also have Our Flag Means Death, which was a big hyperfixation of mine as well, and Agatha all along. What can I say? This first notebook was going to, or had been used to house more important things. So when I was planning my trip to London, I started writing down some prices and things in here. Here is the back of that dashboard. And this is the second notebook in here. This notebook I was using to write down some social media ideas. I always have big goals of posting on my Instagram and social media, and that has not really happened, but you know, never say never. So that's what this was. And then this last notebook here, so the last notebook that I have in here was a reading journal, and this was a place where I was taking notes as I was reading. It was just a way to try to be a little bit more focused and intentional as I read, and that was actually kind of nice. Maybe I'll continue doing that in here, or maybe my Commonplace journal, I'm not sure. But here is the back of that. My little dashboard here with a picture of top, if you've been around, you know he's been a hyperfixation for many years, and he's back, you guys. He has a new album out, and it's fantastic. Go listen to it if you haven't already. Here is the back of that little Midori pocket that I have in there. And yeah, this is my little passport. I really like it. I'm hoping that I can find a way to use it again because it's just so cute and convenient. So that is my entire notebook slash planner system. If you guys have any questions about anything, if you have any questions about maybe some of the stickers or the ephemera, please leave them in the comments and I will do my best to share where I got them from. I've had some of these for years, so I can't say I'll remember everything, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to do more videos in the near future, maybe go into a little bit more detail about some of these books. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.